I want to talk to you about the problem with most filmmakers. We are exceptional at the visuals, the stories, the concepts, we get it, but we suck at business. You are losing a ton of money in the gap between, hey, a client saw my work, they love what I do, we've met, we've talked, they want to get on board with me, and hey, I'm just now making the time to send them out the proposal. That gap in between is where you're losing most of your money. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the complete solution that I've made to help you close that gap more effectively. What's going on, guys? I wanna get right into this. As I've been transitioning from more of a videographer into more of a video business coach, I've been noticing and simplifying areas of tension that my students have been constantly having. One that I've noticed is how to consistently land more clients and develop more consistent streams of income, which is why I developed the monthly retainer template. You can get that down below for free, completely free. But in the coaching community, we've noticed a simple area of tension. After the phone call, I want to send in my proposal. I want to send in X, Y, and Z, but I spend so much time creating. I took about 30 to 40 hours and I've completely fixed this problem. What I've done is I've developed a pretty aggressive Notion board, and it's going to completely streamline this, hey, client wants to work with me, what do I do now? This Notion board has it all included, and what I wanna do with you today is I wanna walk you through everything that's in this board, give you all the information that I have labored over for hours so that you can have a very simplified journey yourself. I want to go over how I've been using it, how I've been using it to land clients, and all the clarity that it's given me. So you have three options essentially. You can watch this video, build this out for free. You know, I'm gonna give you all the content that I have, the structure, and you can add your own language, add your own stuff, build it out from scratch. Takes about 30 hours to do that. Option number two is you can just buy it outright. I'll leave a link below. I'm selling it at my shop. You don't have to ever watch this video in its totality, but if you wanna see everything that's in here, stay tuned. And option number three, you get this for free when you join the coaching community. This is my community of videographers and our private Discord. You get 2 monthly coaching sessions and you get to be a part of honestly, a dope group of individuals. We chat on the daily and they help me build out things like this. This entire Notion template was discussed, derived, and created in my video community. But without pitching that community too much, let's get right into everything that this template has. What we have here is the $300,000 client proposal template. The reason it's called that is because the original document was created by friends of mine at Radcat. Radcat are great friends of mine. They are a web development company. They do probably a lot more than just web development, but the initial pitch was for them to design a website. They do $300,000 websites. And we got to chatting and I was like, what does a proposal for a project that big look like? As somebody who does $4,000, $5,000 to $8,000 video, what does a $300,000 proposal look like? And he said, looks like this. And we went over the document and we looked at it and I put it in my coaching group and we looked at it. And for weeks, I've been staring at this document, breaking it down of the components that it has and transcribing it into a document for videographers. So all the language in here has been completely changed. The structure is similar, but the language is completely changed to be for videographers. This is a living document. Essentially, there is a full table of contents that changes and evolves with what you create, what you add to this thing. So that's going to be a pretty useful thing for people who want to just jump from one section to another. And how we start this off is I have my business name, my business address, my business phone number. These are things that you fill out prior to sending it to a client. Everything that you want to highlight for a client, essentially what you want to input for a client, we've tried our best to highlight or leave blank. So this proposal is prepared for client name here. Trying to simplify this as fast as you can. That way you can just be on your phone in the car as soon as you leave that meeting, typing everything up into this document, inputting the client's products, their services, their contact, the business address, everything. Second table of contents, and now we're getting into the meat of this document. This is all our language. This is the language that I use for my company. So I've kind of done all the hard work for you. You can tweak if you want to, but yo, we're BIV, we're Chris Franklin. At this company, we're dedicated to transforming visions into cinematic realities. I have the company website. This is an interactive website, so it's already embedded. You don't have to do anything, and if you want to add your own, it's simple. You just change out the links. This is my full website. And then straight into my production reel. This is a link to my video team's production reel. And it's embedded, so it just plays. The moment you click play, it works. Now we're getting into, why am I even sending you this? Here is the project overview, the client overview, the goal of what we are creating. From my understanding of our meeting, you're wanting to hit this goal, and this goal. You're wanting to achieve this, and this. Keep it simple, keep it streamlined. So to do that, let me show you what our workflow looks like. Here is a look into my company's complete video production workflow, from ideation and conception to pre-production and planning, production, post-production, finalization and review, to delivery. Every step of the way, we are making it transparent to the client. Here's the reason this exists. Clients didn't know what we were doing with the time we were spending on their project. They were in the dark. And that is one of the worst things that can happen for a client, truthfully. It builds anxiety, and that's something that we derived from the video team, the coaching group. They were like, I'm not a good communicator. And I was like, how can I help you guys solve this problem? We're gonna let them in on your complete video production breakdown. So diving deeper into our process, here is what discovery and ideation mean. We give a full breakdown of 1, 2, 3. We're meeting with the client, we're brainstorming, we're giving every single thing that they could wonder about, we're putting it into this document. What does pre-production look like with us? It looks like this. This is a full look at what my pre-production team looks like. What does production look like? Cool, glad you asked. Here's what filming looks like, here's what audio looks like. It's just super, super simple. What does our post-production process require? The video editing, the audio, the color grading, the things that are big words for the client, we're wanting to simplify it. We're wanting to give them everything. That way they can understand what videographers do. Review and finalization. Here's where you get a chance to review. Here's where you get a chance to help me with formatting, to understanding the distribution. What does success look like? This is very important for us because we want to understand what the goalpost is that we're aiming for. And of course, the logistics. Here's a look at our team. I really like this section because this helps showcase your capabilities. If you don't have a full team, start building this out. Like, this is a section that's very important because this showcases the resources that you have. Even if they aren't on your payroll, if you have people, if you know a gaffer, if you know somebody that you can work with, that you can contact, start building out these resources. And if you are just curious of what a commercial production requires, I've gone ahead and listed everything for you, and we've gone ahead and defined what those roles do. Here's a huge one, a timeline. What does the timeline of this project look like? Most of the projects for us take about 3 to 5 weeks. So it's very simplistic, and I've reflected that into this actual project right here. Ideation and concept development, 1 week. Pre-production and planning, 1 week. Production, 1 to 3 days. Post-production is 2 to 3 weeks. In all, you have a 5-week process. And once again, I'm showcasing what they're getting, what they're doing during that duration of time. That way they're not wondering, what is he doing with the time that he has? Here's one of my favorite sections. This is the investment allocation. The money that you're paying me, where is it going? Because a lot of times, another common problem that I was having in the coaching group was the client wants to know what I'm spending their money on. And I'm like, why do they want to know? And usually they want to know so they can trim as much stuff down to the bare necessities. And that gets into muddy territories. I go extensively on that on our coaching calls, but for simplistic measures, here's how the budget is broken up. 25% is done to pre-production and strategy, 45% goes to production, 25% goes to post-production, 5% goes to revisions, things like that. And I've showcased what those goals are, what they actually are paying for. So that way you don't have to worry about explaining to your client where their money is going. So trying to simplify as many pain points as possible for you. And then here's total budget, total estimate budget, because we can't know for sure. And payment terms. I constantly change this one a lot because my mentor, Chris Doe, talks a lot about he gets paid 100% of the project up front. That is probably the best route that you can go. I'm gonna have to try to work on how to implement that. The most simple one is project milestone, which is, hey, 30% up front, 40% for the mid project, 30% for completion. That way you can pace their money and you can do either 50% or 50%, whichever it may be. Radcat, actually, their projects are a lot longer. They're about 4-month projects, 5-month projects. So they say, hey, do you want to pay monthly? That way they're securing monthly retainers with clients. So it's a really unique way to look at it. Hey, here are some optional add-ons on top of this particular project. This is something that I've built out for my team. Quick reference for people who are curious. What do social media packages look like? What do customer testimonials look like? Internal branded content, bi-monthly commercial production. So going ahead and thinking about how can I get more out of this particular project is very important for us. Now, we're getting into what I consider to be some of these core things that videographers kind of overlook. Here's our promise to you. We go over and over creative excellence, strategic storytelling, and once again, I'm using video language, but these are the things that we promise for the customers that we work with. And, we're flexible, adaptable, effective communication is huge, but here are our requirements of you, the client. We need clear communication. We want responsive and constructive feedback, prompt payments, open mindset, optimistic yet honest perspective, attainable standards. That's huge. Personal respect. I love stuff like this because it really helps you create proper boundaries. One of the first talks we had in the coach community was talking about how do I create proper boundaries for myself and my client. If you want to watch that, just sign up, you get all the backlog. Here's a cool one, platforms that you will encounter. Prepping the client for what are they going to run into when working with you. If this is somebody brand new, this is what I let them know. Hey, I do communications through Google Meet. I do my post-production through DaVinci Resolve, review through Frame.io. I'll bill you through QuickBooks. If you want a documentation of all this stuff, it's through Notion. If you want to sign agreements, through Dropbox and HelloSign, and I'll deliver you your videos through Frame.io. That's what I do. Here's something really, really cool. In each one of these platforms they'll encounter, if you click open, it pulls up a code of conduct of how things should be handled in each one of these platforms. It's something we thought through a lot, actually. For Google Meet, code of conduct, we require punctuality, technical readiness, so have an understanding of how their camera works so we're not wasting time, respect, courtesy, active participation. We actually have that code of conduct for every one of these platforms that they'll encounter. That way they can have a better understanding of what their requirements are as a client, because clients run over us when we don't set these particular boundaries. We are trying to make sure we eliminate any objections, we eliminate any frustrations from the front end. That's what this whole document is about. And of course, closing thoughts. Here are my sincere closing thoughts. I'm super excited to bring your vision to life. Sincerely, your name, your company here. And then here's the boring thing, but the very important things. Creative service agreements, which is a lot of technical jargon, general terms, party, payment terms, what everything means, intellectual properties. That way these people aren't taking advantage of you. We've put all of this in here. Trust me, I know, I've been doing this for a long time. Promises and disclaimers, miscellaneous. And then because this is not just a proposal for them to look at and be like, okay, cool, I'll think about calling you. Please sign your name here at the bottom so we can continue this project and so that we can start working together. That's what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to close projects. We're trying to remove friction as much as possible and get you more money, honestly. That's why I do what I do. That's why I started the coaching community. That's why documents like this exist. We're trying to simplify all of these pain points as much as possible and move on to bigger and better things. Okay. If you are interested in getting this full document for the free, like the interactive version to where you can fill out any and everything that you want, join the coach community. We are growing. There's about 20 spots left. You'll just get it for free once you join. I can't host everybody because I really want this to be value driven. And so I can't just flood in a ton of people. But if you want to be a part of the ton of people, join the Patreon. Recently, I've been doing monthly giveaways. This month, we are giving away, actually next month, technically, we're giving away a $600 matte box system, the Nisi matte box Filmmakers kit. I'm gonna give away the shoulder rig from Polar Pro, lots of camera lenses, all these things that I have. 15 bucks a month, you get a ton of extra content. You get to see everything that I'm working on, know all the numbers that I'm dealing with, how I'm handling my business, how I'm billing clients. Recently, I landed a $7,800 client project, and from start to finish, the Patreon was included. Hey, I just got off the call with this particular person. Hey, this is how I pitched it. Hey, these are the things that I'm doing, the techniques that I'm using. Hey, they wanted a $7,800 project from me. And actually, one of these students that I have in my one-on-one coaching just landed a $6,000 project using that exact same formula. So I'm trying my best to give back as much as possible. And this document is a testament of that. This is created and sourced through all of the people that have had hands on it. I've showed this to multiple clients. They've given feedback on it of what they find important. So this is a document that works. And if you want to completely build it out yourself, if you want to just go ahead and purchase it, or if you want to just be given it for free, please let me know how I can help you in any form or fashion. I'm down for that. And for those who want one-on-one coaching, I have one spot left currently. Depending on the demand, I may open up 1 or 2 more spots, but I've been helping people transform their business with one-on-one coaching. That's 2 additional calls per week on top of the 2 group calls. So literally a call every week. We're having these discussions. We're talking about your business. We're getting you the resources and things that I've had over 10 years of doing this in business and making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars per year using documents like this, using resources like this, but you're skipping the hard part. That's what I'm trying to do for you guys. I'm trying to get you out of the rut because I've been there a lot. So I don't want to ramble too much, but if you're curious, you can shoot me an email or you can just comment below. I see everything. So I'm trying to get back to you guys as soon as possible. All right. I've said a lot, but with that all being said, that's all I have for today, guys. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you loved it, consider subscribing because I'm bringing you more content just like this every week. So you guys stay safe, you're loved, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.